And so, all these years, you know, every day almost, you know, every month, every week, all these years, you know, since like 2014, 15, you know, I've been going through, you know, this extreme persecution. It's the same crime, you feel me, the same evil. And all the people that's now harking to it, or those that I guess played major roles in it, they're the same ones here now, or has something to do with recent times as the ones that were there in 2014, 15, and 16, all that time. So it's been the same situation. The same things have been happening to me, just over various circumstances in my life. Well, no matter how my life changes, it incorporates. And you know what? And I realize, you know, that, you know what I mean, I've been heavily persecuted for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And some gruesome, very like horrific things has already happened to me. You know, like 14, 15, 16, you know, even 13. You know, as early as far back as 13 that I can like directly recall. You feel me? So I've been having these things happening the whole time. And so what it is, you know, whoever was responsible, you know, all this time for the things I've been going through, you know, they committed a larger, more gruesome, more sinister atrocity. You feel me? A worse atrocity than what people think and what people know about. And that's an atrocity that they don't want people to know about. You feel me? So they're trying to cover up a worse crime. You feel me? Like they're trying to cover up a worse crime. And they've catapulted even businesses to assist them and to facilitate them in this cover up. It's a massive, extreme racial hate crime. And, you know, other kind of religious hate crime. You know, it's like probably one of the worst in the history of the nation. They use these others, you know, like you know what I'm saying? It's like they normalize the situation that they try. And they're trying, so I got injustices and things stalking my life to this very moment. You feel me? Through influential figures as well as, you know, and places and things, you know, they catapult these businesses and stuff to help them cover up this or hide this whole situation. Because, you know, as far as the attack on my life, it's a deeper situation that people don't know about, that they don't want people to know about for some reason. This whole time I've been blameless. You know, everybody know that I've been pretty much persecuted since I was young. And so, I mean, I'm not, like, I didn't have, like, the awareness of, like, who all is, like, you know, hearkening to my life, you know what I'm saying? But whoever it was that's antagonistic, they're doing it to cover up this crime situation. They've been hired, you know, it's illegal. And, you know, they're facilitating, you know, injustices, you feel me, to cover up this bigger situation. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm under, like, an extreme terroristic attack. You know, everything else normalized and taken away from the situation, you feel me? But I'm like the main, like, this is like, you see what their motives are. You see my talent, my natural skill, ability. That in itself should say enough. You know that certain influential figures already tried to lose me and murder me already every year, you know, since like 14, you know, it's all the way up to now, you know, and stop. You know, that's been happening all the way up to this point. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, you know about the smear campaigns and all of that. All of it collectively shows a bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a victim only of these types of things. So you got these people, places, and things still to this day degrade my quality of life to cover up something more heinous and something more evil and sinister. You know what I'm saying? That's not my problem. That's not my fault. I didn't tell whoever to do that to me. So my life shouldn't be constantly degraded because of it. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is my life is constantly being degraded because of something that people, that demons or evil entities or whatever did to me, you know what I'm saying, illegally. And, you know, it should have never happened. You feel me? But my life has been permanently destroyed because of something that they did. And so by, you know, the collateral damages, the destruction of my life, the forced disappearance, which they keep trying to impose on my life, and all of this, you know, because of what happened to me. So, I mean, I feel like this is a situation that needs to hit the fan. Like, I mean, everybody needs to know what's going on. So whoever it is that's, you know, stalking or degrading quality of my life, trying to, like, force disappearance and all this, you know, they're trying to cover up a more sinister, deeper, more gruesome evil that's happened to my life. You know what I'm saying? To which there's still proof of. On top of all my testimony, on top of the attack on my poetry, you know what I'm saying? On top of the attack on my sustainability. You know what I'm saying? So it's something worse. And that's hard to imagine. You know what I'm saying? If you look at what the things I've gone through, it's something worse. And they don't want, and so they've catapulted people, places, and things to assist them in this in covering up this situation, overshadowing it, trying to antagonize me to try to justify their illegal, evil actions. You feel me? And I mean, and everybody know at this point that, you know, I mean, everybody say that it was certain people, places, and things, but I mean, there's no way I could have known. As I made in a recent recording, there's no way I could have known, because I hadn't had anything to do with those places my whole life. You know what I'm saying? It was until I, you know what I mean, my profession and things changed in my life, which caused me to like, you know, like go certain places and things. But I mean, I didn't, like, it was like, I had no knowledge or understanding that, you know, it just didn't make sense for it to have been certain entities or places, but I mean, apparently it was. And that's strange. So that adds even more question to the equation. Like, okay, what were they doing there? You feel me? Like, it's just, you know, it's an elaborate situation, you know, but we gonna get through it all, you know, like what were they there? And then you realize that influential figures were also there. You feel me? So you see clearly that it's something darker that was going on then and still going on now. And so, I mean, I just look worldwide, man, for somebody to help me. Like, I mean, you see the situation I'm in, you know, I mean, I can't fight to feel myself. This started before I was even old enough to even understand, you feel me, life or what it was. They know that, that's facts. So, I mean, anything that happened later was a part of that. So you realize the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's one above and out of my control. You feel me? I'm just a servant of Jesus Christ. Since I was born, you know, a child, and then all throughout my life, you know, in spite of, you know, the things and people, places, and things that were like sent to me to like goad me in certain direction. My focus still was on God. You know, I knew I had the dwelling of the Holy Spirit, dwelling of Christ, you know, was right. And you know what I mean? That always won. You feel me? That's always what I stayed with. And so, I mean, even now, you know what I mean? You see, as a man thinketh, so is he. You feel me? And things that's in a person's heart, that's what they say. And so you can tell what kind of man I am by fruit, which is all my works, my literary works, as well as my audio right here that I'm speaking to you. So, I mean, everything is evident in these things. But, yeah, I mean, so, yeah, it's definitely still, to this day, you know, help needed with this situation. Because I'm apparently still under a terroristic attack in spite of anything else that's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's still active attack on my life right now. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody trying to cover something they did, that's not my problem. You feel me? They degrade my life because of it, though. Still. And so, I mean, of course, I'm under evil attack for which, you know, I can't defend myself against.